Go to My Computer, go to your C drive, open up the Service Program folder. You should have a Templates folder. Inside there, you'll see the different types of templates we can use: invoice, quote, rental, route ticket, service contract, or task. Now, the template I'm going to walk us through is a task template, so it's going to be based off the task list. And I will make this document available, work order 10_DOT. This is what I'm going to use for this demo. I will, after the class is over, make this available for everyone to download. That way you can use it on your own machine and play around with it. I'll put a link in chat before I end the training class. Now, what I did is, if I right-click and open this, it is a nice template, and I wish I could take credit for it. All I did was went to File, New, and I went to this Office.com templates section, and I looked for, I think they had like an invoicing, I went to Forms right here. I could go to Business Forms, and they have all sorts of different types of invoicing templates. You can just search for invoice or work order, and they have all sorts of kind of pre-laid out ones that do a lot of the work for you. And then all you have to do is go back in and tie the Word template and the service program together. So I picked one that I liked, very clean, simple. I rearranged some of these boxes so that it says billing address, service address. Just put a couple boxes in, task description, task specific notes. Now, what our software does is it will take the data from the task screen, and you can pre-fill that onto the Word document. Now, we do have some documentation available online with some of these field names, but again, I'll put up everything I'm showing you here after the class, so you'll have all this information after we walk through it. But to simply get a billing address to print out right here on this document, all I have to do is go to Insert and then Bookmark. And this is how we tie in to the service program, is the bookmark is named the same as the field name in the service program. So if I want to get billing address line 1, I'm going to simply add a bookmark called bill address 1, and then this is just the way this has to be. I don't have a good logical reason for it, but we have to do a underscore. This is the first time we're using this bookmark, so we put a 1. Underscore, we're referencing record 1. That part doesn't matter. If you always put after these bookmarks _1_1, you'll be in great shape. That right there, when I hit Add, wherever my cursor is, that puts a bookmark, an invisible placeholder, in that spot. If I go to File, go to Options, click on Advanced, and scroll down a little bit, about halfway down, you'll have an option to show bookmarks. What that'll allow you to see is a little capital I in gray, which represents the invisible bookmark that we placed. Just so you can visually see where all these bookmarks are going to be. And then if I would need to add the second line of the billing address, I can go to Bookmark, get rid of the name of the previous one. So that is the bookmark name, bill address ADDR2 for the second line of the billing address, and then I just put in my _1_1. Now I need to put in the city, state, and zip, so I'm going to go into Bookmark, Bill The bookmark for the city of the billing address is bill address city, and then put in your _1_1. Then I want to probably put in a comma and then a space. I'm going to insert another bookmark. Bill address state _1_1. Then I'm just going to hit space one more time, and we're going to put in the zip code. So now I've got all these bookmarks kind of grouped together here. The only trick to this is when we save this document, we have to do two things. We have to save it to the right folder, and we have to save it with a special name and type of Word document. So when I go into File, Save As, it has to be, there's no way around this, it has to be saved as a Word 97 to 2003 template, which is a .dot. So you have to just adjust that in the drop-down box, pick your template. The template name, if we wanted to call this just work order, it has to have no spaces in the name, and we just need to put a _10, just like that. So I've now saved my document. I can close it. And I apologize, I saved it in the C Service Program Templates and Task folder. So now when I go to print a task, it's going to ask me which template do I want to use. I'm going to pick my work order 10 and hit print. It will open up in Microsoft Word, and there we go. We see the customer name, their address, their city, state, and zip code. So we know that works, so I can just close this. And when it prints, the way Word templates work is when you print to a Word template, it actually opens a new instance of the template. So you're never actually, when you print, modifying the template you created. It creates a new document 1 that you could save as maybe this is work order, whatever the task number is for that customer. And you could save that on your hard drive and print it later. Also, if I just went to print this, I don't have to save it because the task is saved in the service program on the desktop. If I need to reprint it later, I can just hit print again. So I'm just going to, I never really have to save these unless you want to. I'm going to go back and make some more changes to my template. So I just go back to my Service Program Templates Task folder, right-click on the document, and I want to make sure I'm opening it and not making a new version of it. So just open it if you want to edit it. I'm going to do the same for the shipping address side or the service address. So now when I save this, I should be able to get my service address and billing address on this template. Perfect. Again, I'm not going to save it. I'm just going to go back to my folder and open the original again. I'm going to put in my notes for the task description, put in my bookmark. Which is, this one makes a little more sense to me, task description, and then our _1_1. I can do the same for our task-specific notes. Task-specific notes _1_1. And then I can leave this down here so the technician could fill in any parts or charges that he needs to bill out on the work order. I probably want the date of the work order or the due date of the task, so I'm going to insert that bookmark, which is due date. Again, no spaces ever in a bookmark name, so due date, one word. And I believe this one we have to put a 1_1_1. I want the work order number or the task ID. So if I insert that bookmark, this one is actually tickler, T-I-C-K, ID _1_1. And then I can do the assign to _1_1. I can save this again, close it, and reprint. So my due date came in. I have my task ID of T107. It is assigned to R1. I've got my task description, and there are no task-specific notes. And that is simply how we can create a very basic, using the bookmarks. We can place the data anywhere we want. And what I recommend is using text boxes. If you notice here, these are text boxes which you can insert in Word just by going to Insert and then Text Box. That way the bookmarks themselves are inside the text box. That makes it real easy once you add the bookmarks to just rearrange it to get the layout you need. Just drag the boxes around, resize it, and not have to worry about keep adding in all those bookmarks.